Yeah, he froze, right?
The following show is not intended for children under the age of 17. There will be foul language and adult content. Viewer discretion is advised.
When I'm in my zone, I feel like I'm alone. I feel like I'm unknown to the world that's full of clones. My originality's focused on principalities broken. I'm loaning my heart and soul to the game that's scared to pay it back. And failure is a motherfucker. The strength to go on and believing in another sucker who don't see the vision in you. So you gotta work harder times two. Gotta make it do what it do. With the limited sources you have, your dream is still a fine motivation in you and inspire the world to do what you can. If you love it, then fuck it, get through it. Yeah. Mumble mentality activated. I waited for so long, and burdens I've outweighed. When you see me in my zone.
Sorry, y'all called me while I was eating my cookie from Buc-ee's, but
This nigga.
hey, man, I went to San Antonio, so I stopped at literally 2 different Buc-ee's.
And
So
I think we all
it's important.
struggling with the internet.
Yeah, no, this internet doing some weird stuff, so y'all gotta excuse us. We've been having some odd technical difficulties that we're not
big
entirely
facts.
sure. We don't know what the source of it is. We are in 3 completely different
Bro,
locations.
I got like 2 hours. Let me turn my video off.
So, all right. So I have no idea what's happening. Hopefully we survive the show, but we will find out as we get closer to it. But anyway, welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. We are here. 3 of us at least made it. The rest of the Infinity Gauntlet, minus the chat, is doing whatever it is that they're currently doing. They'll either show up or they won't. I guess we'll find out. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But as per usual, it has not changed. It will not change unless I go and officially go let the government change it for me. But I am still the one that they call Mr. GQ, and it's really still very simple. Let's talk about it.
I am your boy, DJ Micah B. I'm here for a good time.
So not a long time, huh?
Just a
No,
good
sir.
time. What's happening, y'all? Happy Wednesday. It's y'all. It's your boy Outlaw. And before you buy, we'll talk about it later.
Okay. So I have a very small declaration to make on my Buc-ee's excursions that I went on today on my way to San Antonio and back. I literally did a turn and burn. I went all the way to San Antonio to teach a class and then drove all the way back. Like I just got back like maybe an hour and a half ago. Like
It'd be like that.
so I literally
That's like
drove
what, like
to
a
teach a
3-hour
class for an
drive?
hour, 3 hours and 16 minutes going, 4 hours coming back because of traffic.
Jesus.
Yeah, you know how I go. But
That's hitting that Katy traffic.
But the declaration that I have is very simple. The Buc-ee's in Luling has the best bathroom, the best men's bathroom, and it's for one reason and one reason only. Because I went to the Katy one and I went to the bathroom too, and I know this is an odd thing, but at the Luling Buc-ee's in the men's bathroom, there is an area labeled baby changing station. In the one in Katy, there is not. I've never seen an area labeled, and you know how Buc-ee's bathrooms is, all right? It's fucking glorious, okay? It's fucking glorious. I don't care
You're
how you
throwing
feel
away
about anything else, but Buc-ee's bathrooms are like the most immaculate fucking things you've ever seen. You really could sit on the floor and eat your food and not feel like you're gonna die. Like, not saying you should do that, but I'm just saying that's how clean it is when you walk in there. Like, it just looks immaculate. But it caught my attention because I went in, to handle business, and then I went to go right where you wash your hands. You look to the right, and there's a sign. It just says baby changing station. And I was like, look at Buc-ee's giving a damn about the dads, man. I was like, this is important because I don't know how it is for you, Outlaw, but for me, even if we're out with all of us, my daughter likes me to be the one to take her to the fucking bathroom. And the men's bathrooms are typically fucking disgusting. And there ain't really a lot going on. And you have to coach her through sitting in the stall where other grown men have done their business. And it's sometimes you got to sanitize and sterilize that shit. So,
I can actually speak on that. Like, as you know, I went to Disneyland last month for Alyssa's birthday. I gotta say, I really wish Disneyland had more family restrooms because it's so fucking awkward taking a girl into the men's bathroom. Like, having to tell her each time, like, hey, close your eyes, having to duck off into a stall. I'm hearing grown men in that motherfucker, and I'm trying to like just hurry up and get the fuck out of there with my fucking kid. You know, like
No, so
you understand.
I 100% understand because I go to so many, her and I, and well, the four of us, me, you, and our daughters go so many places that don't actually have fucking family bathrooms.
It's a legit
So
complaint as
we
a,
have
as
to
a
take them
girl
to
dad.
we have to take them to the men's room because I'm not going into the fucking women's bathroom because that's a
I'm
whole
not
other
catching the
fucking-
case. I'm not catching the case.
yeah, at all. So,
Oh my god.
but
I,
you laugh
bro,
'cause
I'm
it's true
sorry.
as hell.
that wasn't supposed to be as funny as it was. But
Yes, the hell it
damn.
was. Did you forget who you was dealing with? The unhinged one.
Oh man.
I'm
Damn.
just
Look,
being real.
Look,
like
it's only funny because it's true. It's
Mhm.
100% true.
it really is.
Oh
'cause,
my
like, I don't
God.
know how it is for like women's restrooms in public, but like the men's restrooms, like dudes be in there fighting for their fucking life. Like that's some kind of shit you take at home. Like don't be out at the fucking airport dying, like evacuating your fucking bowels, dude. Like what the
Yeah.
fuck?
Like,
Like
brother, did you take
yeah.
some magnesium citrate before your ass walked in there? Like, what the fuck going on?
Yeah, like why is it 8 o'clock in the morning at George Bush Airport and you fucking just dying on the toilet? Like
You should
you
not
didn't
be
think
losing
Dehydration.
5 pounds in the bathroom.
Dehydration.
I don't know. That's just my little tangent on fucking restrooms. I'm sorry.
But it is a real thing, and I actually am. I'm genuinely curious how many girl dads deal with this. Like, how many girl dads out there are like us, and our daughters do not want like anybody else, not even their moms, to take them to the bathroom. It's always dad. Dad, can you take me to the potty? Like, it's like the thing. And I've come to this very, very simple conclusion, at least for my kid. I believe that my kid feels the safest if I bring her to the bathroom. That's what I have discovered. That's what I feel because it does not matter where the fuck we are at. We could be at a women's convention with all women, and she would be like, "Daddy, can you take me to the potty?" Like, that's how that would go.
Yeah. I mean, to
Enjoy
this
these
day, my kid is
days.
6, and I still keep wet wipes and a backpack and a
Absolutely,
change of clothes. Like
absolutely.
you just,
In the backpack.
I feel like until she's like 16, I ain't gonna stop keeping a spare change of clothes for her. You just
Not
never fucking know with
16.
kids. I mean,
When we get
look,
to middle
man, I don't know.
school, when we get to middle school, I'll be all right. But all through elementary, yeah, we carrying the go bag.
Yeah,
Like by the time we get to
feel
6th
like
grade, I'm really not gonna worry about it as much.
I
Like
feel
even
like
in my
6th grade,
Actually-
like man, you on your own
Wait.
at that point.
yeah, but like
Wait,
even in my truck
Actually,
now.
I think a lot of girls would appreciate it at in junior high if you still carried a change of clothes for them. And the reason being is there were a lot of girls in junior high who hit puberty, didn't know
This
when they
is-
were going to
this
hit
is
I
puberty.
get what you're saying.
This is true.
So
This is
Um,
true.
I
So-
had about 3 or 4 of them that it happened while they were at school,
so
and they had to
you're
call
right.
parents to get them.
So you're right. However, here's my only pushback. Me carrying your clothes in middle school does nothing for you. 'Cause what the fuck am I gonna do? I'm
I
bad.
mean,
So-
just like on weekends, not
Yeah,
while you're at
so-
the school. So
So and it sucks. Here's the problem that we're going to run into that I'm seeing now in my full-time job. In high school and middle school, for that matter, lockers are becoming like fucking elite. So my original thought process would have been like,
Which
hey,
is crazy because like we actually used our lockers.
like a boy. What? Like, listen,
Text me, say, "Hey,
I-
dog."
I stopped carrying books a long time ago because I knew a female that had a locker by my class, and that's where my book was for whatever class I had to go to. That's just how I did it. And the reason I'm talking about lockers is because what I would have done for my daughter, which I still would do in middle school if she's playing sports, because athletics still uses lockers. She will have an emergency bag that goes and stays in her locker at all times. And it is going to have exactly what needs to be in there, which is a change of clothes and some of them things. All right, whether we're using pads or tampons, I don't know what direction we're going to go, but there will be options. That is it.
Right.
Because I feel like the more prepared for something of that nature, you can avoid the potential embarrassment that a young lady would face in that moment. Because the worst thing, I went to middle school with a girl like this. She hit it her first day, and she's wearing blue jeans, and that motherfucking line ran down. We all know, yeah. So if I can help my daughter in any way, shape, form, or fashion avoid that, then I will. And if she's in athletics, hey, baby, keep that in your locker. Don't worry about it. One day you might need it. Just know that it's there. That's it. Keep it simple. And it's like that way, it's like, it doesn't matter. Because I will literally, because I used to do this in middle school. Like I did this in middle school and in high school. Like my mom would take me to Walmart or some shit, and I would get like the travel size body wash and all this shit. And that's what I kept in my athletic lockers. So I had the body wash, the deodorant. I had the cocoa butter, because you already know when it get cold in Texas out of nowhere, and your ass go to school and your shit looking real baby powder ashy, like you like, shit, let me go grab some of this lotion real quick. Or I used to carry that shit in my backpack too. Like, look, black folks, when it get cold, bro, you got to be prepared, because the ashiness is real, and that includes your fucking lips. If you don't use goddamn chapstick, some of y'all chap lip ass motherfuckers out here.
Speaking of cold, we were a little chilly in the morning lately.
Hey, it felt amazing. I almost walked back in the house and grabbed a jacket.
I had to go back inside the morning. It was like about 57 out here.
Yeah, I was like, I went out to my truck, me and my daughter, and my daughter was wearing fucking shorts and a t-shirt to school today. I was like, shit. Because I was wearing business casual, and I was like, hold on now, it's a little breezy. I was like, wait a minute.
You call that amazing? You call that amazing?
It better than what the fuck we've been dealing with.
You know what?
No,
I got
ain't.
some good news. Hold on, I got some good news, fellas. Next Friday,
Tell me 40s.
It's the low of 48 and a high of 72. It's supposed to be sunny.
Yeah. I know you work in a warehouse. It sucks for you, but for us regular folk who work for the USG.
No, hold on. Controversial opinion. As somebody who worked in a warehouse for 6 years, I feel like a warehouse in the winter, like in the cold, was the best, bro. Cause like we all in there wearing hoodies. We ain't got to worry about how fucking hot it is in that bitch. Like, bro, like I don't know. You can layer up in a warehouse and be cool in the winter.
No, it was the same for me, because I've worked in a cold warehouse for food and refrigeration. I've worked in a hot ass warehouse. I've unloaded trucks. Like it to me is all the same. Like I really working in a warehouse. Like the work has to be done.
I feel like it's a canon event for every man that's to work in a warehouse.
100%. Like we just gonna make it do what it do, and that's it. We can't all be cool like DJ Micah B. Being a boss in a warehouse, telling her, hey, move that shit over there. All right.
I wish
I was a grunt, nigga. I had to unload trucks too.
I still unload trucks. I wish.
What was the most pallets you've had to unload at one time?
From a truck?
Yeah. I got up to 14 one time. I got 14 pallets one time.
Are you unloading by hand or are you unloading by forklift?
Forklift.
24.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
I've done 24.
I did that shit during COVID.
I've done 38 because they came in a 40 footer and 20 pallets fit on the floor, and they come in double stack. So they need to have a heavy duty permit. Yeah, it takes a while.
Them double stacks ain't no fucking joke. And
even the 40 footers, the 40 footers are the worst. I'm not for the 20 footers are the worst because they come in double stack with 20 pallets, but they're elevated, and you have to come down the ramp. And if your mast hits the ramp, you stop on instant, and it gives a chance of the pallets falling over if you're driving double stack. It sucks.
That, and then there's no telling how much the stuff is shifted. So if one pallet is shifted and you try to go in there with the forks, you can't pull that bitch out because it's stuck on the wall of the truck, and you got to go in there and do some magic to make some shit happen. Like, listen, I unloaded so many goddamn pallets during COVID-19. Like everything that Micah said, I've seen it, done it. I done had broken pallets halfway through the fucking stack and had to pull some miracle shit to get like. Hey, like PPE is heavy as fuck, depending on what you got. Like, if you ain't never in your life seen 32,000 N95s before.
Oh,
that is some diabolical shit. 32,000 N95s on a pallet is crazy.
We had that at the warehouse at one point. Even drums floor loaded
Yeah.
double stacked in a
Fuck that.
container, and you can't use the 4-picker. You have to use a 2-picker because the 4-picker
Mhm.
it won't get high enough inside the truck. So now you're sitting here stuck switching between the 2 and 4-picker, pulling these drums off and restacking them on pallets as you go. And they never do it to where all the batches are together. So while
Yeah.
you're doing that, you're you're sorting batches. That is like a 2.5, 3 hour job. It sucks. It sucks so bad.
Yeah,
to
like
do that.
if you ain't got a solid ass crew when you unloading the truck, man, it is fucking tough. Because once you get like that first, like if you got a 40-footer, for example, and you get them the first 8 double stacks out, and you start getting nobody in there with the pallet jack and get the spinning and moving shit. Like if you got somebody that's on it, you cool. But if you gotta do that shit by yourself, woof, boy, you want to talk about a long fucking day, because then you got to go in the truck, you got to get out the forklift, get in the truck, get the pallet jack, get that bitch turned around, get out. Like it is a fucking job.
Whew.
We some hard working motherfuckers, man.
Flashbacks.
Are your forklifts at work propane and gas powered, or one or the other?
It's just propane. We
Okay.
we do have other warehouses that got electric, but for the most part, all of ours is For the
How'd
most
that work?
part, it's just like a reach truck and it's just like a reach truck. It's a sit down forklift, but it runs on electric. The only thing that you can do on a propane that you can't do on electric is mash the gas to make the forks rise faster.
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
can't do it on an electric. The electric is just like nope.
So everything else is the same, like the load power, everything else is the same.
Everything else-
how long is the charge time? Because that's important.
The charge time lasts longer than propane. I went to
Really?
another warehouse and used an electric forklift, and I used it for like 2.5 days before I really had to charge it.
That's impressive.
But at that point, they were brand new. I'm pretty sure by this point, they're not holding charges like that no more.
Yeah, because I know, like, look, I had a OG propane one, and that mug, it felt like it just lasted forever. But also had a battery backup just in case, which having that ability to swap between propane and gas, which is dangerous. I don't care what nobody say. It's just fucking dangerous, but it's great that it exists.
It is. It could spark
100%. And if you don't, make sure that shit ain't closed for you switch fuel systems. Like, it's warehouse life. Sorry, some of y'all understand, some of y'all don't. But we know what manual labor is around here. So
oh yeah,
my last warehouse gig, I'll never forget. It was a cat on a forklift. He had pierced a barrel of like what's the diesel exhaust fluid. And for those of you who don't know, if you ever pierce something when you on a forklift, immediate piss test. Buddy just walked to his car. He already knew he was gonna fail.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie to you. So, about 2 years ago, we had this guy, right? And I wasn't a supervisor and I wasn't a leader, nothing. But everybody knew this dude was high at work. This man pierced the drum of some highly toxic stuff.
Ooh.
It started leaking. He got off the forklift and dropped it on the floor dropped it down on the floor, to try and flip it over. So he dropped it down on the floor to stop it from leaking. Problem is he dropped it on the floor and it rolled.
Oh.
Then when it rolled over to it leaking again.
Oh.
So he rushed over to grab it. He took a step. He slipped right in it, kicked it up. It landed right above his eye, on his face, and in his mouth.
My boy.
And
you can't make this kind of fuckery up.
He landed on his back in it. He ran over to the eyewash, and he had dreads. So imagine his hair landed, his dreads landed, and he went to the eyewash station and just started washing everything. And I'm just like, my boy, the shower is right there.
I'm about to say, brother, you need the emergency wash station, not the eye wash, the whole wash station. Just pull the thing and just drench yourself and cut your dreads off, because there ain't no way you kept them hoes after that.
I cannot make this. His name was Roger. I cannot make this up. He's washing his face. He's washing his dreads at the eye wash station. He Even and you know, solution is nasty. He even put the solution in his mouth, spit it out, and and so
But that's dangerous in itself, bro. You ain't supposed to do no kind of consuming of any type of liquid or anything when you had a chemical spill of any kind.
so
Like it's literally
All I'm
in the
hearing is just
MDS.
OSHA violations.
And yeah, and clearly somebody did not read the MDS at all.
So no. See, this was an instant reaction. We didn't even know at the time he had pierced a drum. What? So now he ran into the bathroom and he turned on the water and he's washing everything now. Right? He bypassed the shower and he's washing everything. And I'm like, "Are you good, bruh? Are you good?" They went to go get the SDS. All I hear is, shit, my ass burning, my back burning." So now we're literally taking handfuls of water and dumping it down on the back of his shirt, trying to get the material off of him. And he walked out. And our manager at the time, who lasted 3 months, he came. They ran and told him. He came out. He was like, "Hey, is he good?" I'm like, "Yeah, he's good. Everything's good now. This and that." Because I read the SDS, and luckily everything he did is exactly what the shit said to do. He got real lucky because if it was acid or something, you're not supposed to add water to it. It would have been over for him.
But he could have avoided a lot of that if he would have just got in the regular shower.
Right.
Instead of trying to eye wash and fuck that. Drench the body, drench the whole body.
Well, the whole reason for him going to the eye wash station was because when he stood up, the eye wash station was right next to him and it got in his eye.
So he
was flushing his eye out. But I'm telling you, all I know is the manager came out there. Tell Roger don't go nowhere. Tell him don't go nowhere. Don't go nowhere. I said, okay. Hey, Max said don't go nowhere. He was like, all right, cool. Max called me. Hey, Michael, where's Roger? I said, I left him down by door 16. He said the burning had stopped. He was like, okay, cool. By the time Max got out of his office and came down there, Roger was gone. Max came out with drug tests, everything. Roger was gone, never to be heard from again. I don't know this dude last name to hit him up. None of that. He was gone. Gone. I'm in his car, out.
My boy pulled a whole disappearing act.
Damn. I mean, he knew he was gonna fail.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if you know, because yeah.
Ain't no reason to waste pissing in a cup. That shit already hard enough sober.
Yeah, and I mean, and we had a small-ish conversation about this on the pod before about drugs and being inebriated in the workplace. Like especially in a warehouse, and I know I ain't gonna have DJ Michael B said what he said about it that day. I'm just one of them people. I don't want nobody being of no type of non-sound mind doing anything. And then an incident like that happens, and it just further validates because what if that had not been that? What if it had been something worse on the MDS, depending on what kind of warehouse you work in? Like, if that would have been dangerous, that's what I'm saying. Like, you anything that is remotely corrosive, man, you in trouble. Like, you in trouble. And not to mention when it's corrosive, depending on what the temperature in that damn warehouse is, could 100% start a fire because it can go from corrosive to combustible pretty damn quick, depending on what it is.
Really quick.
So it's like, bro, I don't want nobody any kind of non-sound of mind. Like if your ass on muscle relaxers, I don't even want you in the goddamn warehouse.
Right. And right now I'm taking medicine. It's not muscle relaxer, but I'm taking medicine once a day in the morning.
Yeah.
And like for the first from 8 to like 11:30, I cannot get on a lift. I can't because the medicine it makes me drowsy. It was like, hey, it's one of the side effects. Like it might make you drowsy, it might make you dizzy when you first start taking it, but after a while your body will get used to it. Okay.
Well, so you look at you at least are an adult enough to be like, yeah, no, I can't.
Right. And I told my manager too. I was like, man, I'm on this new pill and I am drowsy in the morning, bro. I can't get on the lift. And he was like, we don't want you on the lift anyway. So now you're forced to be off a lift and make everybody else do everything. It's the best thing that can happen to you.
Facts.
What's happening, Moo?
What's the deal?
Moo. Yeah, it's crazy. Work is definitely crazy right now. I don't know what to tell y'all. I don't know how we're gonna make it. But what I do know is I will be making it the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, which is the perfect way to advertise the Wednesday before Thanksgiving show. Last year we had a panel. It was freaking phenomenal. Outlaw was there. I was there. GQ was there. Sherrod was there. The only thing was Mulish couldn't be there because Mulish lives in a completely different state. Maybe one of these days we can get Mulish down here to do the day before Thanksgiving. We did the best of fast food, right?
Best of fast food, and this year we got a different subject, and we still tweaking. And I working on with my homeboy Daryl. You know, he's a video game connoisseur, so I'm gonna just go ahead and come out and say it. We're gonna do round of 32 best games from the 2000s. It might have to end up being more than 32, honestly, because it is a lot of games that got left off.
That's what I'm talking about. And if Capcom versus SNK is left off, I'm coming for y'all heads.
All right, we got a whole month to tweak the damn list. I told y'all that. I ain't heard no kind of feedback from you.
Listen,
I ain't heard no feedback from my brother. I heard it from
listen, because I'm trusting y'all know what y'all doing. But the only reason why I brought up Capcom versus SNK is because a lot of people bypass that game and they talk about Marvel versus Capcom. They don't talk about Capcom versus SNK.
Look, the list is currently at 32. I think we could expand it to 40 if everybody bring they plus 2 or they what have you. They 2 honorable mentions.
Oh yeah, Moo, you was there in broadcast.
Yeah, he was.
We just got to get you in person.
Yeah, so we got about a month to get that sorted out. Well, we got over a month actually. Today's the 22nd, but also to get the audio visual, which wasn't bad the way we did it last year. It was a little different, but it kind of worked out because we was able to get everybody on one screen, which is the first time that's ever happened.
Yeah,
but I got a few ideas. I'm gonna try something. Depends on how it works out, but I may try to do simul screen multi-view. So have a couple of different cameras hooked up to where we've got the front view like we had before, and I don't know if I'm gonna do I don't know if I'm gonna do a side view or rear view. I haven't really decided which would make the most sense yet, but I'm tweaking a few things. Needless to say.
Oh yeah, I fuck with it.
I'm thinking. This is welcome to what we do behind the scenes that y'all never see. Is we're always trying to figure out ways to make things better. That's really it.
When we're all in one place, things like that can happen.
Yeah, the biggest problem that we've continued to have that we've got to figure out is the microphone side. Like we did pretty well with the lapel mics, which may end up being what we do again, since we have 2 sets now. Because I believe I gave you a set, I have a set, so that's 4. That's already 4 out of that's 4 mics right there. So that might help us out a lot. Yeah, that might actually solve most of our problems because of the adapters and stuff. So we're gonna see. That might act because then everybody can have a mic clip to them, and we know the audio is gonna pick up because I've listened to the TikToks from last year, so the audio picks up once everybody's on that mic. So we just gotta kind of control everything from there. I almost wish we could use and Outlaw's gonna appreciate this. I almost wish we could use the spider web like you use in a teleconference, the big ass, because that would be phenomenal audio. Because that would pick up everybody. We wouldn't have to do, but that requires us owning a piece of equipment we do not have, and it's currently not in the Gentleman's Talk budget due to this, government shutdown. So we're not gonna worry about that right now. However, don't be surprised if it happens sometime down the line. But another situation for another. You didn't get no feedback from me on your round of 32 because I don't touch it. It's your brainchild. It is your baby. I take what you do and I react accordingly. That's just how I'm gonna do. All I am gonna do is look at it, come up with my little 2 honorable mentions, and I'm just gonna go. Like, I'm not gonna ask you to change nothing. You created it. I trust your opinion, and we're gonna go with it. That's just how I view anytime a RO32 is designed, and I leave it like it is. Because if we start tweaking shit, it's not supposed to be perfect. If it was perfect, there'd be no room for us to debate and discuss and argue and all the other stuff. It literally takes all the fun out of it if we just came up with an absolutely perfect list. Because somebody in the comments are going to be like, oh, man, how y'all going to leave off? Da-da-da. Now we engage the chat, and it becomes a great thing. So
I love your perspective on it. I really do.
because if we have a month, we could literally create a perfect list a month from now. 100%, we could, but that'd be dumb. I'm just gonna say it flat out. That would be dumb. Like
I feel like there's no way of squeezing in everyone's favorite game into 32, slots. Like even
No,
if we all come up with a honorable mention of 2, there's just so many games from 2000 to 09 where it's like it's impossible.
I could ask ChatGPT 4 different questions of the same question and get 4 different 32 lists. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. I 100% I could probably ask ChatGPT to give me the 32 greatest video games from 2000 to 2009, and then you could do it, and we would get 3 or 4 completely.
It'd be a lot of
lists.
different answers on there.
Yeah, because we don't even know what all they would pull from. Like, because there's so many consoles and handhelds, like and PC, like there's so much like where wouldn't they pull from? Hell, what if a mobile game ends up on that fucking list because there was some like maybe people really loved the PUBG game. I don't think that came out in that time frame, but on another list, maybe like 2010, 2020. I think it was 2016 when the PUBG mobile game came out, and Call of Duty Mobile. Those might be popular to some people. So, but out of sheer intrigue, I am going to ask AI, and I just want to see what happens.
I wouldn't probably do a 2010 through 2020 list anytime soon. But if we revisit,
I don't think I think it's too early.
It's too early, but I feel like if we were going to ever revisit the concept, I would do like 90 to 99.
That'd be good.
Yeah, I would do that. But 2010
99 for what? I missed whatever y'all were talking about.
We're talking about for video games. Like if we're going to do another round of 32 for video games, because the current one that we're going to do is from 2000 to 2009. I feel like I would skip 2010 to 2020. Like I feel like it's too recent, like my brother said. But like 90 to 99, we could talk about some things.
Battletoads.
So
Earthworm Jim.
Hey, Double Dragon.
Yeah, we could talk about some things. Streets of Rage. Shit.
Oh, the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger game.
All right, you ready?
Altered Beast. We could talk about some things.
I asked AI just to see what would happen. And when you hear the list, just tell me what they added that you may not have added. So it's not in no particular order, ladies and gentlemen. It's just because we like to do this to spark up conversations. Elder Scrolls 3, the Morrowind 2002, GTA 3, Shadow of Colossus, Halo Combat Evolved, Half-Life 2, Metal Gear Solid 2, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, Final Fantasy X, Warcraft 3, Unreal Tournament 2004, Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, BioShock, Portal, Mass Effect, Gears of War, God of War 2, Okami, Resident Evil 4, Persona 3, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, Fallout 3, GTA 5, Red Dead Redemption 2010. I think they said it's like right outside the window, but they said it was close enough, so that's why they actually put that same caveat. So that's how I know you know your shit, because they said the same thing you said.
Because GTA 5 didn't come out in that era either. That was after 2010.
I think GTA 5 came out in 2010.
That's GTA 4. I apologize. From 2008.
Okay.
I read the wrong Roman numeral. That was my fault. Batman: Arkham Asylum, Little Big Planet, Minecraft, early alpha, not full release. Demon Souls, Left 4 Dead, Street Fighter, Prince of Persia, Sands of Time, Prince of Persia, Jack 3, I'm gonna fuck this name up. Katamari Damacy.
Katamari
There you got it. Yeah. Guitar Hero, and Guitar
Hero.
Yeah. So there you go.
That was because like there was some overlap, but there was like some great games that wasn't on my list that were mentioned. So not to spoil anything, but that's why we're tweaking it. But there's still gonna be some good shit left off.
All right. For the sake of doing it, I'm going to.
Was that 15 or that you just named that they put on that list?
So I asked for a top 32, and that's what it gave me. That's more than 15.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It didn't seem like it was. It didn't seem like it was 30.
it kind of flew by quickly, but like there was some overlap, and then there was some stuff that didn't overlap. But it's
I don't agree with.
I put it in our chat just
okay.
for you, just for reference sake. But it ties into what it literally ties into what we were. Yeah. Well, it ties into what we talked about. And what we were saying before you hop back on, Michael, was like we could ask AI, like three of us could ask, and we would probably get 3 to 4 different lists of a. Now, if we wanted to get a specific criteria, we'd have to ask, console
Fighting
games or
games
PC game, because I don't know how much of a role that would play in your round of 32 thinking when you put it together, but I mean, because not everybody's a PC gamer, so somebody who may say a particular game is like one of the best PC games of that era, but we don't play PC, we don't know. But then we have console, and then
Navy
like
Seals.
we talked about, but then we talked about it.
So,
What if you had PC, console, and handheld? Because there are some games that probably came out on Nintendo Switch or Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, Nintendo DS. Like, there's these types of things you have to think about when you're constructing something like this. And I'm really talking to I'm saying this to the fans more so than to us, because we understand all the shit that goes in the background. But if you're constructing a list like that, these are the things you have to think about, because you can't just say like we could do separate lists. We could have done one for PlayStation games, for Xbox games, for PC games, for handheld. Like we could have done like 5 different round of 32s. So instead, Outlaw and his conventional and great thinking said, we just gonna mash this bitch together and we're gonna make it do what it do. So everybody out here who gonna see this list and say whatever the fuck they gonna say, there is a TikTok out there on the Gentleman's Talk TikTok that tells you about my favorite thing, this disclaimer. Go back and watch it, because that's how we do this round of 32 thing. There is a very important disclaimer. I told you, I gave you a number to call, and I told you what you do if you didn't like the list. And it has something to do with tell you and complain to your side chick and get you a weighted blanket and lay your ass down somewhere. So that's what it was. Yeah. So just, it's out there. If you don't like it, that's too damn bad. But anyway,
that's too damn bad.
We got a whole doc to get through still.
Let's
that
get
ain't
it.
a lot of stuff,
Let's
but
get through it.
where are we starting? That's the good, because there was some interesting things. Actually, I want to start here just because right before we came on, not right before, but about 3:40, Outlaw, you sent a very interesting picture, and it ties into DJ Micah B's crossover from last episode.
That's exactly what
I want to start the conversation there, because when I read it, I had to sit back and think about it for a second, but it made perfect sense. So I'll read it to you guys. So this individual on social media had posted that T.I.'s music aged better than Lil Wayne's music. And the reason that's important is because last week, DJ Micah B did a crossover hip hop versus thing that ended up sparking a phenomenal conversation amongst the Infinity Gauntlet last week. But I want to pose that question now from that picture. Did T.I.'s music age better than Wayne's music? I think it's a valid question.
I feel like on most days I would rather listen to T.I., but I feel like there is definitely a time and a place for a Wayne day. But I don't know. Like I feel like his music, it kind of fit the era better. Like it didn't really grow with us. It kind of got left behind. At least that's how I feel about Wayne's music in a sense.
I guess it depends, because this is where it gets tricky, and it's only because like when DJ Micah B brought this up last week, we excluded mixtape stuff, and we had one of the most popular mixtapes going through high school, which was the Drought 4, which had Sky is the Limit and all this other stuff that we 100% was all the way invested in, especially if he was an athlete. Like there was like 5 songs on there that were part of pregame rituals for sports teams off of that one particular mixtape. So it's like, and then to this day, if you play some of these particular songs, like everybody loses their shit. However, if we're sticking to mainstream music, I think they've got a point. I think if you really think about it, I think a lot of T.I.'s music, because some of it was ahead of its time, like some of it was more so Grown and Sexy versus, for the kids, if you will. So like, remember in 2008, specifically 2008, he had a song that came out called Whatever You Like. And we was like, that song really didn't pertain to us, but as an adult,
shit.
Well, but you know what I'm saying though, but you understand what I'm saying. We were adults, but not adults to the level of what the song was referring to. But if you think about it, it made sense. Like that song made sense. Then you had like, of course, you had everything that came out like shortly after that. So you had that. What was the other one he did? That was oh yeah, Memories Back Then, which was ahead of its time. Phenomenal song too. Him and Kendrick and them, they and B.O.B. they killed that song.
They did their thing with that
They
one.
did that song was hard. Like Kendrick dropped a nasty, and him and B.O.B. they both dropped a nasty 16 on that particular one. But everybody grew up like you heard that song.
What song was that?
Memories Back Then.
Okay.
To me that's a legendary song.
I feel like that's the best song.
And then you had
one of the best songs from T.I.'s discography.
And you had Dead and Gone.
Oh,
Dead and Gone 100% aged extremely well with our group. Even let's see, Swagger Like Us aged really well.
Swagger Like Us, 100%.
Swagger Like Us is hard. Like Swagger Like Us aged really good with us.
It is still hard to this day to pick who actually
because
had the best verse.
Everybody like that one and that one in like the Forever remix are like two songs where there is a lot of debate on who had the hardest verses because there was a lot of fire on both of those particular tracks. Let's see, what else are we missing? There's a few more on that list. I mean, you had even still Big Things Popping.
Oh man.
When that beat dropped, you was like, hold on, now like that whole the T.I. versus T.I.P. album in general was an amazing album. Like banger after banger was on that album. But yeah, I mean, it's not to discredit anything that Wayne did, but it's like there was that it's like two different styles. Like Wayne, a lot of Wayne stuff was a lot more like T.I. started off with a lot of street-based stuff, but then he kind of shifted. And then like Wayne kind of stuck to what he was true to, which is nothing wrong with that. But that's where the music where T.I.'s music may have aged better is because T.I. transitioned and Wayne stayed here. Now Wayne moved a little bit, because we had like Lollipop and some other stuff that happened, so it's not like he didn't, but then he also kind of went on I ain't gonna say a downfall, but like when Prom Queen came out, that was a terrible ass fucking song. It's one of the worst songs out there. That was it ain't even hindsight. When it first came out, it was
a horrible song too. Let's be real about that.
Oh yeah,
Knockout sucked.
Oh yeah, Knockout was horrible. But like it is weird because it was sandwiched in because we got to remember then Drop the World was phenomenal with Wayne and M. Like that was a phenomenal track. It's like so yeah, like that was a great song, but it was also sandwiched between like these other songs. You're like, huh? Like
yeah, that whole rock album that he tried to do.
Yeah, that rock album was not it.
Although I will say this, people loved How to Love.
How to Love was not, but it wasn't a rock song.
No, but it was on the rock album though.
But yeah, that was the one song off that album that is still really good. Like How to Love, even now, is still a really good song. Like when you listen to it, like it's a really good song. Like it's different. And go for it. No, you good. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I just feel like Wayne, he had a lot more quantity than quality, if we're being objective. Not to say like he had a fire discography.
I'm just saying, bruh. I'm saying, bruh, because I have been. GQ will tell you, I have been on this tangent since people said Wayne was in his prime. I kept on saying he has so many songs. You don't hear the trash ones.
That's really what it is like, yeah, Wayne has so many fire songs across a lot of albums and mixtapes, but there was some straight shit too. There was actually some kind of like mediocre mixtapes, even in his prime. Like, and he recycled a lot of beats. He will recycle verses. If you really caught on and listen to enough songs, he will recycle shit sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I mean, Wayne, he had that era in the chokehold, but there was some shit there too. Just being real.
Yeah, and because I mean, what 2008 was the Carter 3, right? We had the Carter 3.
Yep.
We had the Carter 3 in 08, which was really good. That was a really good album. Like I'm not saying that album was bad because it was really good. And then we had, of course, the Carter 4 that came out in 2000. Shit.
It
was
was a bit of a gap.
2011 or 2012.
Yeah. Yeah, because then he waited and then he dropped Carter 5 right before COVID.
Yeah.
And I only remember it because he had that phenomenal ass track with Kendrick, Mona Lisa, which is such a fire track. That was still like Wayne in his bag, because the lyrics in that song, I was just like, yo, that was.
I'm gonna let y'all finish a lot till I actually like talk about that, because I'm absolutely very interested in that.
In what?
In the topic, but I'm gonna let y'all finish before I comment on this, because this is a very good debatable
Yeah, because
topic.
the more we start analyzing this, the more it makes that question actually make sense.
I feel like there's another question we gotta ask. Like, what was the best? No,
I was looking at Moose comment out for real. Like Mona Lisa might go down as one of Wayne's greatest songs of all. So definitely one of his greatest collabs, because him and Kendrick murdered that song. Neither one of them dropped a bad verse in that song. Like that song, like I don't think I've ever heard what you would call like a dark rap song, but that's what that was. Because if you really listen to it, like there's a lot going on in that particular track, like a lot. Like you could have made a music video and it'd be visual as fuck. Like a lot could have happened in there in that particular video.
But yeah,
but you said you had another question though you was gonna pose. What was that, Outlaw?
I was gonna say, for like the real Wayne fans, like you can have a whole debate about like what was his best mixtape series, because he had like the Drought series, the Dedication series, like he would alternate.
Sorry for the wait. Sorry for the wait was
another series.
Oh, it's definitely the Drought. It's definitely the Drought.
I think the Drought hands down. Like personally, the Drought hands down to me shits on the rest of them.
The Dedication had a couple of bangers, but I feel like the best cohesive series overall was the Drought. Like the Dedication was kind of, I felt like he was just fucking around in the studio a little bit, but the Drought, he had some bangers on the Drought series.
And see, I felt like that on Sorry for the Wait too.
Oh, the Sorry for the Wait too. What the fuck was that shit supposed to be?
Sorry for the Wait.
Oh, wait. Sorry for the Wait had some.
Sorry for the Wait too. There was a second
Sorry for the
one.
Wait too. For
And
sure.
There was a No Ceilings too. Didn't need to be a 2.
Garbage.
No Ceilings was cool by itself. You ain't even need a sequel. You didn't need a sequel at all.
Mixtape songs.
Yeah, you didn't even need a sequel. And then like with the Drought series, like Drought 3 was amazing. Drought 4 was whatever, but Drought 3 was that's an interesting.
Dedication 2 was probably the best Dedication.
I'm gonna say this about whose music aged better, and there's a lot of people that's gonna be mad at me, and I don't give a shit.
We don't give a shit.
Yeah, we never do.
Yeah, I know how. It's clear as day to me. Clear as day to me that T.I. music aged better. His music absolutely aged better, because trap music is still around, and it's still what people are doing, even though it's evolved into a lot of the same type of beats that are being produced, especially going into the 2010s and 2011. T.I. and Jeezy as well set a precedent and pioneered this trap music game to where it kept on going.
Yeah.
And then your top guys in the next era that wasn't doing trap music sounded nothing like Wayne and the precedent that he set in music. Kendrick, J. Cole, Big Sean, they all carved out their own. That alone tells you right there.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying and I'm not saying Wayne is not a top 5 or top 10 rapper of all time. I definitely have him in my top 7, right? I have him in my top 7.
Wayne's in my top 10. We've never done a top 10. We've only done our Mount Rushmore. We've actually never done a top 10.
Right. So
that'll be interesting. But we need everybody on the screen if we're gonna do that, including Mooley. Like that requires all of us for that one.
I think Wayne is in my top 7 all time if I was to sit down and piece it out.
Yeah.
But Wayne has some timeless songs, but
without question.
I think T.I.'s songs transfer better into this era.
Yeah.
Like
And
you look at a song like
Private Show still fucking slaps.
yeah,
Ain't About the Money. Like on
Mhm.
the backside of Ain't About the Money is still gonna play. You Fancy is still gonna play.
and that's 2014 you talking about.
Right. And
That's all she wrote with him and Eminem. Goes under the
yeah.
radar. Great song though.
Dead and Gone is still gonna play. You could have
Mhm.
whatever you like, is still
And then
playing.
we talked about Motivation last week. Motivation still hits.
Is still
You know,
Motivation, boy.
Look, don't forget about What You Know. Phenomenal video. What You Know About. But then, like, you had Big Thing, but then remember Beat Down Low and a remix.
Beat Down Low is one of those songs.
That song had us in high school. Like that was a song. Like Boys was in there on that one.
And I'm from that era. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sorry,
like,
Top Back. I apologize for saying the wrong name, but it was Top Back. But
Top
same
Back.
Top Back and the Top Back
remix.
remix.
And I'm from that era. And you know, Wayne got songs that transfer over. Hustler Music will forever be an anthem.
Oh yeah,
you know,
Hustler Music. Best Rapper Alive.
Best Rapper Alive is another one that will always ring.
A Millie will always hit hard for me. 3P will always hit. Fireman will always hit. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Fireman and Go DJ will definitely always.
Oh yeah. Go DJ is timeless. Like
controversial.
Go DJ to me is a timeless one from Wayne. Because Manny Fresh was in his bag. That's really like Manny Fresh was truly in his bag with Go DJ.
What you mean you're gonna be controversial?
Yeah. Where we going?
I'm gonna say this. I know people was upset about like Wayne not doing the halftime show, but if you got invited to a Wayne concert or a T.I. concert next month, I feel like T.I. gonna actually put some effort on it and like do an actually decent show.
Oh wait. I got something important to say about that. I love that you brought that up. Let me be 100% clear with both of y'all in here. I went to Bun B's rodeo takeover this year, right? I went to rodeo takeover. Fire. The surprise guest was T.I. I have never been to a better rap concert than what I experienced for those 30 minutes that T.I. was on stage. It was absolutely bananas. He did not perform What You Know About That. He didn't perform Motivation. There was a lot of stuff. He didn't perform Rubber Band Man. He didn't perform 24. He didn't perform none of that.
But it still was a banger show.
Fucking good. It was 30 minutes. And me and my girlfriend were up there going insane. People were going crazy. The only person that brought more energy than T.I. was the legend himself, Ludacris.
I mean, that goes without saying.
Yeah,
you want to talk about somebody's music that aged extremely well. Shit,
all of them.
Ludacris. Ludacris aged extremely well.
But maybe it's not controversial to say it, but like I just feel like Wayne, he probably can't perform the way he used to if he ever could, because I've never heard anybody say like Wayne put on a good live performance, even in his prime.
I think he put on the MTV Unplugged. I thought his MTV Unplugged live performance was really, really good. I thought that one was really good. Yeah. But you know what? Speaking of my segment last week, anybody, cue my music, please. All right. So sticking to the theme, as you know, if you don't know, Cash Money versus No Limit is this weekend, right? The verses is this weekend. So for one more week in a row, I want to take y'all through a verses. And this verses, I wanted to compare two artists that were similar, but not the same. Again, especially for our era, because I wanted real, like, honest interactions with this, not really living in a new artist versus because people are like, oh, it's just nostalgia and No. So I picked 2 artists, and I think they're different, but alike in the same way, right? Not only do I think they're different, but alike in the same way, they are 2 R&B artists from the 2010s. That's from the 2000s to the 2010s. I didn't take none of their music after 2010 for this one. And if you know me, y'all know this is the crossover. I take something and compare it to something else most of the time. But since we're on the topic of verses and things like that, I put together another verses. And last week after the show, me and Carla sat here and we were trying to think of, and what can I do next week for verses until this Cash Money versus No Limit thing is over. We tossed around idea after idea. I was like, I don't want to do a hip hop one. I just did a hip hop one. I don't want to go too old school, even though I know Outlaw and GQ grew up in the house with their grandmother and their dad and their mom, and all they did was listen to Betty Wright and the Patti LaBelle and Anita Baker, you know, what black people listen to. But I wanted to pick something from our time. And these artists couldn't be 2 of the same and 2 different at the same time. And I need y'all to decide tonight. Last week, I didn't take features and songs written for each other. But tonight, I am taking their own songs. I am taking their features. And I'm taking songs that they put out into the world for other artists. Because it only makes sense to do it with these 2 artists. All right? Y'all ain't gonna believe it's gonna be interesting because y'all would have. I don't think y'all would ever put these 2 together, but I did. And when I put these 2 together, you're gonna be like, shit. So, ladies and gentlemen, the verses tonight that I have 15 songs of their own features and songs that they have written a piece. I have 2 dominant people from the 2000s to the 2010s. And neither one of them is Usher or R. Kelly because that's going to bring in too much bias. But I got something special for y'all. We're going to go for the Usher and R. Kelly was top tier. We're going to go for the second tier. These 2 guys had so many bangers between them from their own songs to songs written to being banging ass features on songs. The 2 guys I am talking about is Neo versus T-Pain.
I got half of that right. I knew you was gonna say Neo. I was wondering if it was gonna be Trey or Mario.
Hey, you know, bring this comment up. I didn't want to be that nigga, Micah, but God, dog, if you was trying to kill a nigga with anticipation, bro, you fucking succeeded, nigga.
That's what I wanted to do.
You know, like the Star Wars opening text, nigga. You had like
yes. So let's get to it. 15 songs of each. Neo, you got So Sick, Because of You, Closer, Sexy Love, Knock You Down. Yes, he wrote Knock You Down for Carrie Hilson, for those of you that don't know. And he was featured.
Now you know.
She Got Her Own, Mad, Time of Our Lives, Let Me Love You, that he wrote for Mario, Irreplaceable, that he wrote for Beyonce, Take a Bow, that he wrote for Rihanna, Spotlight, that he wrote for Jennifer Hudson, Miss Independent, the other When You're Mad that people forget about because of Mad, and Hate That I Love You, that he wrote for him and Rihanna. Crossover that with T-Pain. I'm Sprung, I'm in Love with a Stripper, Buy You a Drink, Kiss Kiss, which he was featured on, Got Money, which he was featured on, Low, which was a #1 song for a long time that he was featured on, Bartender, Buy You a Drink, I already said Buy You a Drink, my bad, Can't Believe It, Shawty, where he was featured on Replies, Cyclone, featured with Baby Bash, Good Life, featured with Kanye, I'm a Flirt remix, featured with R. Kelly, Chopped and Screwed, and Booty Work. Let's go. Talk about it.
I feel I'm gonna go ahead and start. I know where my brother's gonna go with this. Maybe I have an idea. Maybe. So I'm gonna go with T-Pain because I feel like he was more like the rock star R&B kind of lover boy type music, and that's the shit I was on at that era. Like I was more of like the In Love with the Stripper type of nigga, like the Chop and Screw type of nigga, like that. that more resonate with me. Like, not to say that Neo is not a great, but like, if I could go back to that era, I'm banging more T-Pain than Neo. Like, I'm just being real about it.
Okay. Well, I'm torn because these are the two
You're not
artists that I
strong, you
played the
torn?
absolute. These are the two I played the most in this era.
I know.
Literally,
I know.
literally.
That led
Like-
to it too.
Like parts of these two artists are parts of the GQ personality. 100%. Like this is it goes so many layers deeper because of some of the other tracks that T-Pain had that didn't even get talked about, like Studio Love and Backseat Action. You know, there's other ones from Neo that didn't even get talked about that we can
Toast
get
It
into.
Up.
Like, yeah, like it's like because you have to. So to understand why I am so torn, you have to know me.
I
You have
could
to
have
know
went
me.
25 and 25
Like,
on both of these
if-
artists.
So like, yeah,
You
like
could've.
if you truly know who I am, you understand why I am so completely torn by it. Because I can vibe either or. One of them I truly embody 100%. The other one is like an alter ego, and depending on what the fuck night of day of the week it was, you didn't know what was happening. But
Who is this? Who
Hey.
is this?
I already know. I already know my brother Polly do. If you ask for it, he gonna pull it out. Hold on, pause.
I was about to say it, but you beat me to it. I was gonna do it.
Pause.
But no, but for
I'm glad
the
you
sake
didn't.
of for the sake of this conversation though, I'm gonna take a slight I'm gonna give a slight edge to Neo in this one. It is really close. I got to be as objective as I possibly can. Like, because if you ask me tomorrow, I might switch my answer. But today I'm gonna say Neo, but it's by a slight edge.
You know, I'm not even mad at that.
I'm really, really torn. Like, I could not pick because like me and one of my coworkers are talking about it today. And as we were talking about it, we started, we started bringing up songs. And he was like, "What about the songs Neo wrote for artists?" And I'm like, "Well, what about the songs T-Pain is featured on? What about the songs T-Pain wrote for other artists and things?" Like, oh man, we had probably an hour discussion, and we were just like, "We're going to call this shit a draw," because they were just so important. Both of them were just so important to that era. It's tough.
Yeah,
it's a tough one.
And Micah can tell you because through college, like there wasn't a Neo song I didn't know. There wasn't a Neo CD I didn't own. Like I owned them all, and T-Pain for that matter. I owned them all. Like I'm like fuck all the LimeWire shit. I went to the store and purchased all these CDs. I own them all.
Man, these
like-
niggas don't know about that.
Yeah, like I legitimately own them all. And actually, this comment's perfect because this would be entertaining because they're still like, because mind you, we kept this to just 2010. If you go past that, now you start getting into the things that Neo and Pitbull did together, where it starts to get more global. Like this shit, because Neo went into a whole EDM phase and shit like Pitbull did, which is a whole other genre. Like T-Pain tiptoed in it, but he didn't get as far as Neo did with a lot of that stuff. So that's where.
And then T-Pain brought it back on home of Glorilla.
Yeah, and then and not to mention the country covers, because his cover of Tennessee Whiskey is sensational. So it's like
tough.
Yeah, like it is tough. No, it is truly tough. Like there was a time where like T-Pain was literally like the hottest artist, no matter if it was his songs or he was featured. Like he was everywhere.
I think it was 2008. They were showing the Grammys for like the best hip hop song, and
he was on
T-Pain
all of
was
them?
featured on every single one of them songs.
Damn.
Yeah, the one he's talking about, the album that was nothing but covers, amazing album. I probably listened to it like 6 times, like straight all the way through. Like it was because I'm a fan of just pure artistry, and that's what that album was. That album was pure artistry at its finest. It's the same with Neo though. Neo is an extremely talented artist, like whether he's writing or performing, like because he was like. Neo was one of those R&B artists that could have been around in the 90s and still been really, really fucking good because he didn't just perform. He also did choreography. He did both. So it's like he would have been perfect for the 90s era R&B and the 2000s era. Like, so he really was like a perfect time. He literally was a transcendent artist from that perspective. T-Pain would have been unique in the 90s. He would have fit better. He fits in the 2000 era perfect. Like he would have been the perfect like MTV artist. He would have fit that mold right after the pop era. You know what part I'm talking about for MTV? After the pop era, he was perfect for that era. Like he would have been perfect to like usher in a new era and new type of music. T-Pain would have been perfect for that. But Neo, on the other hand, could have been like I said, literally 90s, 2000s, 2010s, and and it's a seamless transition. Like I think his music would have literally, because a lot of the stuff he wrote and did, if you listen to it, you heard similar songs from 90s R&B. Heard stuff like When You're Mad before. Like you've heard songs like Because of You. You've heard songs like So Sick. Like you've heard very similar R&B songs in the 90s that were like that. That's why I think Neo is a very timeless artist, which is why I have no problem saying the phrase that he would have been what's called a generational artist, because he would have been like Snoop Dogg. Like how Snoop literally went from the 90s to now. Neo would have went from the 90s to now. Like his music would have transcended. T-Pain's would have been received very differently in the 90s versus the 2000s. I don't think a lot of people would have got down with it. Now in the 70s, like in the funk era, he'd have been lit. Like T-Pain would have been lit in the funk era.
For shit, sure. He has like his regular singing voice is like a funk voice.
Yeah, like he would have been a monster in that era, but like the reason not so much in the 80s and early 90s, because we were still heavy in like this gangster rap type of thing, whereas like Pain wouldn't have really had a space per se, like not really, but around
I think the late 90s,
around 96, 97, like I said, and
late 90s, early 2000s,
he really would have been good in the pop era with the right crossovers. Like I think he could have done some crossovers with certain artists. Like he would have done really well with Britney Spears. I think he would have done really well with Britney Spears.
I
think he'd done really well with NSYNC and Backstreet Boys.
I think Low shows that, because Low shows that he could literally do the crossover act. Low was Low stayed number one for weeks, and I think people forget that.
Yeah,
Oh yes, yeah.
Oh God. Like, so what we was talking about before you came back on, Michael, was like literally T-Pain would have been that perfect artist. Like right after the pop era of MTV, he'd have been that perfect artist to like take everything to the next level. Like he would have been that type of artist.
Which pop era are you talking? You talking about the 80s or the early
90s pop era? Like I'm talking about the MTV era. Like he would have been the perfect. He's T-Pain's style of music is literally the embodiment of MTV.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
When MTV really started taking off, because he could blend in with MTV and BET, and he could do both seamlessly, and everybody liked him, and that's what I mean when I say that. So for people that don't understand what I'm saying, on MTV, say it however you want to say it. MTV was made for one group of people, and BET was made for another group of people. Yeah, T-Pain would have literally bridged the gap for both.
He'd have been on both.
He would have easily been on both, and he'd have been like Chris Rock, comedian wise. That's how T-Pain would have been received.
I'm gonna say something that might be controversial. I feel like the same way a lot of white people like Prince and Michael Jackson, I feel like T-Pain could have been that dude as well.
Yeah, and that's basically what I'm saying. Like that's basically what I'm saying with MTV and BET. Like that's what that is to me.
Like I feel like he would have found a niche in the 90s, honestly. Like I don't know what his niche would have been, but like I feel like a T-Pain in 97, 98, he could have done some damage.
Yeah, I mean, MTV Spring Bling was, man.
I'm gonna tell you, T-Pain could have been the DMX of R&B in the same area y'all are talking about. And for those of you that don't know what I mean, if you go back and look at Spring Bling of 2001, DMX came on stage and people went absolutely nuts for DMX. It is one of the craziest things you could see.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Bro, it's so crazy. The only thing I can even compare to it is Woodstock in '69. Like it's crazy.
That or like Freddie Mercury when he performed right before he passed away.
He would have had some crazy crossovers in the
that
90s.
one too.
Imagine T-Pain crossing over like fucking Red Hot Chili Peppers in the 90s. or Blink 182. Like, come
Yeah,
on now.
that's it. He would have been the perfect pop era, like the perfect pop era artist. Like he would have been easily the hottest artist, like from like 98 to like probably 2009.
Like
Probably.
y'all are saying he's the perfect. He would have been the perfect pop era artist. He was the perfect pop era artist in that era he was in.
No,
he
we was
dabbled
just talking about him,
Hey.
like where he would have fit generationally.
If he would have
yeah.
debuted sooner,
That's all.
you know.
Oh, I think, yeah, I do think. I think if he would have debuted in the 90s and would have kept going until now, but I think people forget how young T-Pain really is.
Yeah,
He's not
I really
much
do.
older than us.
He's not much older than us.
Right. I think T-Pain right now is like 41, 42. He's not that much older.
Yeah.
Like when he dropped I'm Sprung, I think he was 18 or 19. He just looked old because of the dreads.
I was about to say dreads will do that to you.
Yeah.
He just
The
turned
dreads, the
41 on
gold teeth.
September 30th.
There you go.
Right.
He just turned 41. So like, yeah, he got me by a couple years. Like that's not so he's literally a generation in front of us, basically.
Yeah. So
Like basically. Yeah.
he's like an elder millennial.
Yeah.
And
That's
I would just like to
Perfect
say,
description. That's perfect.
I would just like to say, Buy You a Drink is a timeless classic. I still go to the club and hear that song now.
Buy you a drink
that
and
is
bartender.
And bar, yeah, well, yeah.
Like
If you go to any R&B night, I guarantee you hear I'm Sprung, I'm in love with a stripper, Buy You a Drink, bartender, and Can't Believe It. And Shawty.
I do gotta say though, with I'm in love with a stripper, I actually do like. I believe that the remix is one of the only remixes that was out there that was actually better than the original, and that's said. I know that sounds kind of, but Mike Jones killed that. Like Mike Jones was like
it's not
perfect,
crazy to say.
like he was the perfect artist for that song. Like it just, I don't know why it worked so well, but you listen to it and you're like, oh, like Mike, like because Mike Jones was on a heater at that time. Like people forget, like Mike Jones had a nice little 3 to 4 year run that people forget about.
I'm gonna tell you why the I'm in love with a stripper remix is better, because T-Pain's verse was better on the remix. She got the body of a goddess. Everybody know that.
Yes.
A cute little waist and so fat. Yeah, she know what she do. Like, bruh, he came out cooking on the remix.
So because you said that, it leads to a question that I think I know the answer if I ask you. So I'm gonna ask you guys anyway. Is from our era, like the 2000s to let's just say from the 2000s era in general, is T-Pain the greatest remix artist we've had? If you really think about it, if you think about even the two-step remix he murdered.
A two-step.
Yeah, like just think about it for a minute and start thinking about all the remixes. How many artists he might be our greatest remix artist. Like if you put him on a remix, he elevates the song in a way that it's like it's almost a different song because of what he does to a song.
Don't forget, he's on the original I'm So Hood.
Yes,
like people forget that. So like,
well, he did the hook. So yeah.
So this is what I'll say, right? I just think, you know how a lot of people thought 2 Chainz was the king of hooks between like 2010 and like 2016, and there's T-Pain was the king of the remix in our era, bro. He like it was, and granted, it's between him and Wayne for the best of the remix. It's between him and Wayne, like and some people might not agree with this. I think it's a three-way battle. And you know where I'm going with this, GQ. You know exactly where I'm going with this. It's only 3 people you could pick from to be the greatest remix artist. It's got to be Wayne, because Wayne was on a lot. Y'all heard the I'm Yours remix. You heard the Crying Out For Me remix. You heard all that. And so it's either Wayne, T-Pain, or Luda in that era to be the greatest remix artist.
Yeah, and Luda was phenomenal too.
So Busta Rhymes say he invented the remix. He's the king of the remix. I don't think that's true. I think Luda had Luda's remixes, and I love Luda. So I think 2004 going forward, it might have been T-Pain up until 2009, 2010. But before that, and right in the middle of like 04 to 06, it was between him and Luda, and Wayne just had a bunch of good remixes along the way.
I would say when you go 04 to 2010, I think it was Payne and Luda by a long shot. I think them two had it. Like I got and that's no slight to Wayne, but I think when it comes to remixes, those two are everywhere. Like, and it's like they literally all elevated, they elevated everything. But then like just because
hey, that's a good question though. That is a good question. What was Wayne just on more features or were they remixes? That's a good question. Nah, think about it. That is a really good question.
I think Wayne was he was just on more features.
He might have just been on more features.
Wayne wasn't on a lot of remixes.
So I was thinking about something while y'all were like going at it. I was thinking of like a Mount Rushmore of like R&B features, and I got 3 out of the 4. I'm gonna say T-Pain, Chris Brown, and Ty Dolla $ign. The 4th one I don't know yet, but
I'll throw that 4th one. I will.
So
you said Lil Wayne. Who you said? T-Pain.
I said T-Pain, Chris Brown, and Ty Dolla $ign.
And that's the Mount Rushmore of what?
Of R&B features. At least for me, like
of R&B features.
Cause I feel like Ty Dolla $ign don't get enough love. If you've heard,
so listen, I've said this, and people looked at me like side eye when I said literally. I said Ty Dolla $ign is literally our generation's Nate Dogg. Like we gotta stop. We gotta stop being disrespectful.
Thank you.
He's literally our Nate Dogg. He's been around. He just dropped another album last week. Like Ty Dolla $ign been around that long. He's our generation's Nate Dogg because people will forget like when T-Pain kind of, I won't say disappeared, but stopped doing music as much. It was Ty Dolla $ign that was featured on every goddamn thing. Everything. Like if it wasn't Ty Dolla $ign, it was something that Swiss Beats put together. Like it was like a rotation of the same 4 or 5, but like the most constant one was Ty Dolla $ign.
Y'all are gonna hate me. Features. Yeah, y'all are definitely gonna hate me.
It's your opinion.
I know, but y'all are gonna hate me for this because y'all gonna be like, God damn, really? That's you going? But I agree with T-Pain. I agree. Hello, what's up, China? I agree with T-Pain. I definitely agree with Luda. Luda's features are just they're undeniable. Luda comes for blood every single time, bro.
Yeah, you have to step your game up if Luda's on your remix.
He might be better than you on your own song.
He really might.
I'm gonna go T-Pain, Luda. Wayne. I'm gonna put Wayne in there because Wayne's features are just absolutely fucking ridiculous at a certain point. And you said Ty Dolla $ign. I am going.
No, we just threw it. That was the name we threw out there. But
that's what I threw out there for my.
I'm going to go one person that people going to be like, man, really this and that. But it's only because of recency bias, and I'm going to go Drake.
I was about to say the same name.
Recency bias with him going against Kendrick has everybody saying, oh, Drake is trash, Drake is this, Drake is that. But Drake was that guy that you wanted on your song if you wanted a hit.
You know what? Look, controversial opinion, you not fucking wrong, dog. Because I will say this, like Drake from the first like the first mixtape up and through like Nothing Was the Same. If he was on your song, elevated.
Yeah,
right. Even after Nothing Was the Same, he still had some.
Yeah, just him being a feature. Just him being a feature on your like. Even with him and Chris Brown came back together.
Oh yeah,
no guidance. Yeah,
and that's when we know Drake was back in his acting bag trying to dance and couldn't dance for shit. But but it was entertaining.
I gotta put Drake in there, bro. Drake has so many number ones where it's not his song, and he's just a featured artist.
Yeah, like I'm gonna give Drake his flowers, dog.
Like
he deserves to be.
You have to. So if you put your Mount Rushmore together, I can. I mean, it makes sense. If you have T-Pain and you have Drake and you have Ludacris, that's a solid 3, and then your 4th one can literally be insert whatever name you want.
I might throw Chris Brown instead of Lil
It's either
Wayne,
it would be a toss up between. Truthfully, I got to be objective. It would be between Chris Brown and Ty Dolla $ign. I have to be objective because I'm not going to just let Ty Dolla $ign fall off. Because
I'm glad
if you start going back and looking, it's like, hold on now, like Ty was he was everywhere.
He
like,
still
he
is everywhere.
Yeah, he's still everywhere. So it's like, but I'm not going to be mad at you if you put Chris Brown on there. But a lot of songs that Chris Brown was on, he wasn't the feature. He was the artist, and like everybody else featured on his stuff. So it's like, I have to go back and look how many features like Chris actually like
Stunting is a habit.
Yeah.
Stunting the habit was fire. I'm just saying.
No, 100%. No. Great song.
Fire. Yeah. But you're right.
Yeah.
I think I would have to go back and look at a bunch of Chris Brown features, but I know he had that. He has International Love.
Yeah.
Which was another crazy one. Yeah, I'm just trying to go off my head as I'm thinking about features.
Crazy. It's kind of difficult because I feel like Chris Brown has better songs than features. Like his songs are so.
Yeah, his songs, like. Well,
the two with Bow Wow, the first one, Only Thing That Keeps Me Up When
Shorty
I'm
Like
Feeling
Mine.
Down, Shorty Like Mine. He had another one with Bow Wow, but I can't think of the name of the song right now.
Because he was on New Flame, him and Usher, but that was his song. Usher was on that song with him. Look at Me Now was his song. Loyal was his song, and he had features.
So I'm going No Air.
No
Show
Air
Me.
Good.
Yeah. Give Me. Well, no, not Give Me That remix. That's his. That's his.
Shorty Lil Wayne is the feature.
Shorty Got Loose. Body to Body. My Last. It Won't Stop. Wake Up. The song he did with Jacquees, which I can't think of the name of the song right now. I think it's All My Life is what it is.
Yeah.
Come Through. I'm the Man with 50 Cent.
Ain't nobody finna say the wrong thing.
Oh, hey, look.
What's the one he did with I just thought about it. The one he did with Kid Ink.
That's Show Me.
Show Me.
You remind me of something. Yeah.
Not to mention he did the ones that he did with David Guetta. He did two with David Guetta that were really good.
I can only imagine.
Yeah.
Well, he
was on Take It to the Head. He was a feature on Take It to the Head from DJ Khaled.
Yeah.
Just say one of the best ones.
Oh, ain't Thinking About You was the other one you were talking about, Michael.
One of his best features is play no games. That's one of his best features for me.
Yeah.
But like he has some bangers. For like No Air was a banger. International Love was a banger.
I was looking at some stuff and I almost forgot about this one, but I remember when they played this when they played this at the parties I went to. Better with the Lights Off with him and the New Boys. It was an underrated ass song. Yeah, that was a very underrated song. That song was actually, and then Shawty Get Loose with him and Lil Mama was actually really good.
So I named that one, and that's what I'm saying. Like Chris Brown got nothing but bangers when he's featured. It's crazy.
You got Chi Chi with
Ain't Nobody's Business with Rihanna.
Yep.
He had Sweet Serenade with Pusha T. Is that what that song's called? I think it's called Sweet Serenade with him and Pusha T. I believe that's what it's called. He did one with Nicki Minaj too. Was it? Is it Right by My Side?
Yep. Then you got more recent ones. Hold You Down is a good one. Yeah. The one he did with DeVito, Blow My Mind.
Yeah, that one is good.
Chris got some features, bro.
The one he did with
that's just features.
The one he did with Sean Kingston and Wiz Khalifa. I think it's called Beat It.
Yep.
That one was good too.
Chris got bangers.
Freaky Friday. Freaky Friday, Willie Dickey.
All right, that was a funny ass song. It was good.
I love that song. Funny. I still listen to it now.
I'm a fan. That video was wild as shit.
Did you say Stranger Things?
You had Don't Wake Me Up too. Don't Wake Me Up was really good.
Yeah. You say Stranger Things with
Mike said that earlier.
Okay.
Yeah. Breezy got bangers as a featured artist. Then she said Breezy is the GOAT. I mean, it's close. It's close.
That's a valid question, and I'm gonna say it this way because I really don't like throwing that word around, but I gotta say it like this so I can rephrase it accordingly. would we say, or would it be a different person? Who would we say is the GOAT of our generation? And that would be considered whether it's hip hop, rap, or R&B art. Like, who would be our generation's GOAT? And I do believe Chris Brown is in the argument, 100%. Like, I truly believe he's in this discussion. So, but like I'm not gonna say far and away like he's like I think there's an actual debate and conversation to be had with that.
I feel like for me, I'm gonna do it from a female R&B artist lens. I feel like there's a lot of those these days, but I feel like if we had to like pick like a best female R&B artist right now, I'd say SZA probably my favorite, bro. And she's still in her prime.
Not bad, y'all.
You get well, yeah, and you're not wrong there. But so what I'm saying is like for our generation, just in general, like who would for our generation, like who would be the GOAT? Like who do we like think would be the GOAT
of all music or just like black music?
Okay. Well, come on, in general.
Yeah, we just like because like looking at what China was saying by her saying that like Chris Brown is like the living GOAT, right? And that's fine. There's nothing wrong because there are people who are going to say that. People are going to say Beyonce. Like this is an actual valid this is a valid conversation.
I feel like Chris Brown is still putting out hits. Like I feel like he is not really slowing down. Like
I guarantee you. There's people that are going to say Drake. There are people that are going to say Kendrick. There are people that are going to say Cole. There are people going to say Ludacris. There are people that are going. There's a lot of names
this man
that people are going to throw out there.
Maurice, so, you stop that.
So it's like I'm actually like I think that's an interesting question. Like we have. I
will say
like Wayne's in this conversation for a lot of people. Like who if you like that's I think it's a really good question though. Like because I don't think there's a wrong answer. If I'm being honest.
Where are we going from?
Do you know the weirdest answer that might
be objective
right? For this generation? What
to be objective for us? I feel like because most of us were born in like 89 and 90. Let's be honest about that. So I think we have to go. I feel like we got to go either we go 98 and above or 2000 and above. That's kind of like that's when we're about as coherent to where we understand music as possible. I have a
very, very, very controversial topic, a very, very controversial pick, and I know a lot of people will hate me for this because I'm be like, "Are you serious? This, and that." But this person had the most #1 hits since she came into the game, and Beyonce has less #1 hits than her. This person has more top 10 hits than Beyonce also. And I'm going to throw this person's name in the hat. Do I believe this person is the best or the GOAT? They're up there in my top 5 for me. And a lot of people won't agree, but I don't care. I'm throwing Rihanna's name into the hat because Rihanna has 13 #1 hits since she entered the game.
I'm not mad
in 2004.
I'm not mad about that.
13.
I'm not mad. That's valid. That's a valid entrant. But no, I mean, like, because the way we just went down Chris Brown's run, Rihanna had a run that we ain't even talked about yet. Like we
Rihanna
really haven't
playing the game. That's how fucking good she was.
Yeah, like she said, you know what? I've done so well. I'm gonna go step away. I'm gonna go make my clothing line, my lingerie line, my perfume line, my makeup line, and I'm gonna be a billionaire, excuse me, and not think twice about it.
Bro,
and then I'm gonna go perform at the Super Bowl while I'm pregnant at the same time. Like, yeah, like I think I think that's valid. Like I do like. I'm gonna say for us. I think that conversation. I don't think there's a right answer. And I really don't. I think anybody who says whoever they say has enough ammunition to back up whoever they think it is.
And more importantly, the shit that's gonna piss a lot of people off on this podcast: Rihanna over Beyonce solo career.
It ain't gonna piss me off. I always say that shit.
So China is not because she went to the concert. I'm assuming too. That's why she is not gonna let this go about Chris Brown, which is fine, and that's fine. Like, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, there really isn't. Like, I think if we really sit down and objectively think about it, it's a hell of a conversation to be had. Because but even if we use the criteria of 98 and above or 2000 and above, Usher's still in this conversation 100%. Like, we not gonna let like literally Usher's in this conversation as one of those. When you talk about everything that Chris Brown did, hello, if Chris Brown dropped something, Usher dropped something too. Like, they was dropping shit back to back damn near. So we not
I know
gonna
y'all
like,
heard that It Depends remix.
yeah,
Usher
like
8. I know y'all heard.
yeah, like we not gonna pretend like. And then listen, I'm gonna throw another name out there that was on a run in the 2000s, and his name is R. Kelly, even though he's in jail. But he had a run, like he had a modern day run and an old school run.
You know what though? I think I personally think R. Kelly's biggest run would have been R. Kelly's biggest run was in between two generations, and that's the problem with R. Kelly. His biggest run might have been 97 to 2004 or 2005 with Chocolate Factory. So it's in between two generations. But if we're starting with 2000s and we're going forward, like we said, probably till about 2010, 2011, and we have to pick a GOAT, I would. Are we stopping at 2010 or are we going further?
No. I set the criteria from where we starting from. We would just go through it because
are we starting from 2000?
Sure. I want to put this comment back up just right before you go. So basically, I'm gonna interpret what she just said. Basically, what China just said is that Usher and Chris Brown is our modern day MJ Prince. That's basically what she just said, because Usher came out before Chris Brown, and we were younger when Usher at first came out, and then Chris Brown came into the scene pretty much as we became rational teenagers, if you will. But we heard both artists, and we love both artists. And it's very similar to MJ and Prince. Like we didn't grow up necessarily. Like I didn't grow up listening to Prince until later on. Like I grew up and I heard Michael Jackson 100%. And when I was told and educated about Prince, then I went back and started. I was like, okay, now I kind of, I get it. And it ties into that comment. And I wanted to put that up there because it's similar, because Michael Jackson is 100% a legend, because he laid the blueprint for being worldwide. I'm not saying that Prince wasn't worldwide, but I think if you go around any country in the world and you ask people to name 5 Michael Jackson songs and 5 Prince songs, they will rattle off 5 Michael Jackson songs way faster than 5 Prince songs. Now, the Chris Brown and Usher one's interesting because I think you could do that you can rattle off 10 of each and be just fine. So like this race to me is closer than MJ and Prince. I think Chris Brown and Usher is a lot closer than that, because depending on how big facts. Ben, look, I talked about Ben last week. I'm glad somebody else remember. Ben was fire. Told y'all, a song about a pet rat.
I think people are going to hate me for this, and nor do I give a damn. We're talking black. If we're talking about both genres between hip hop and R&B,
I'm fine with that,
and going forward. Like now, if we break it down to R&B and we break it down to hip hop, fine. But if we're talking about both of them, people are going to hate me for my take, and I don't give a shit, because again, this person had beef with somebody else, and everybody said he lost, and I thought it was pretty close. And I'm still take Drake. Drake made music, and I'm not discrediting Chris Brown, because Chris Brown has been making music that's fire since like 2005. The problem with Chris Brown pre-2010, it was all R&B, and only R&B people were listening to Chris Brown. When it got to about 2011, 2010, when he made Deuces and then he made Loyal and things like that, Chris Brown did start blowing up. So if somebody say Chris Brown is the GOAT, I have no problem. I'm not gonna argue that. But this guy Drake, man, Drake had the most number ones. Drake has had the most number ones. He's had more top 10 songs on the Billboard than the Beatles all time. He broke the record, right? And people are gonna be like, well, it's not all about the top 10s and this and that. I get it, but I think it's Drake. It absolutely is Drake. I don't even know what to say about it.
I don't like that comment. And it's probably because of the way I feel about Beyonce. Like
Janet, no, hell no.
Because
no. Janet is the GOAT. Y'all are
like
crazy.
Yeah, like Janet. Yeah.
I don't even think Beyonce is a top 5 R&B artist of all time.
We already had that conversation.
So
we already had that.
Absolutely not. Hell no.
Like I don't think
Janelle funny though, bro.
I think
I like this.
Janet,
I like this comment though.
Like the thing is, like Janet, if we put together a top 10 like R&B performers list, like Janet's on this list. Like Janet's a top 10 performer of all time. Like when we're talking like R&B performers, like Janet was doing shit that artists weren't doing. Like we know who her brother is, we know who her family is. Like that's one of the most greatest performing families of all time is literally the fucking Jacksons. Like there's nothing that anybody outside of Beyonce's sister Solange tried to do shit and epically failed. But the Jackson 5 was relevant, Janet was relevant, and Michael was relevant.
LaToya was relevant.
Like, like we not going to compare the two. Like, and Beyonce also she was successful with Destiny's Child. She was successful as a solo artist. Like, I'm not discrediting what she.
Nobody said Beyonce was not a top 10 performer. We said Beyonce wasn't the GOAT. This is the.
What we said was, let me see. Now what I said was Janet Jackson is a top 10 performer of all time. That is what I said. That's all.
I think Janet Jackson is the number 1 female.
I think people. I think a lot of people sleep on Janet's music, and I don't think people understand. Like Janet, listen. Let me say it like this. There was back when we were younger, we used to sit there and literally be like, we talked about Janet, Miss Jackson, if you nasty. Like, if you ain't never heard Janet Jackson's music, I'm going to need you to go back because she got some very, what's the word we want to use? Risque.
That's a good
music out there. Like, she got some songs out there that you gotta have your headphones on because you can't just be playing that shit on your phone out loud because people gonna be like, hey, what the fuck you got going on over there? Because Janet has some shit now. Like Janet was a freak. Like truthfully, like Janet was a freak. Like she played the shy woman, persona extremely well because her music and her shyness did not add up at all. Like she looked like the type, like she was very shy, but then like you hear her music, like she would be the type take you on a date, you have a great time, y'all go back to the room and she finna lock all the doors, deadbolt included, and it's about to go down. Like that's Janet. Like that's how her music resonated versus her very shy, calm, nice, sweet lady demeanor that she would show to the world. And he was like, yeah. Yeah, no, she is. There's yeah, Janet's like that. There's a few other artists that were in that kind of, we'll call them like the blueprint type. Like even like an artist like Madonna. Madonna was a blueprint artist for a lot of people because Madonna was a timeless, actually. Fuck what you heard. Madonna was a timeless artist because she was doing shit when she first started that a lot of artists emulated as well. Like I think a lot of what Lady Gaga did came from what Madonna did, if I'm being honest. Like if you go back and look at Madonna's performances, Lady Gaga got a lot of stuff from what Madonna was doing. So, and it's not a bad thing, but it's like, just to keep our blueprint conversation going. Yeah, no, she definitely in her own lane. That's yeah. And and to go back on what Outlaw was saying though, too, like I am a big fan of SZA too. She's one of us, especially for our more modern artists. I enjoy her music. She has a very good sound. And I like it a lot because it gives me a lot of remnants of our old R&B era type of music. Very smooth. It's like a very smooth, like jazzy, but it's still got like that 90s R&B tip but it's still got the modernization part to it.
Hey, decent actor too. Decent.
Yeah, for sure. No, yeah, definitely. Of course you do.
Who don't?
But y'all can throw Kalani in that conversation as well because she's.
I throw Kalani in there too. She got some bangers. Things.
Oh, in what conversation?
She not a SZA, but
not in a GOAT conversation for the.
Oh no, not that conversation. But I'm saying like as in with the SZA conversation.
Yeah, like a modern R&B artist. Yeah,
I can get down with that.
She's a good one.
And that's another one we ain't even talk about yet. Bruno Mars had a hell of a run.
I was actually going to suggest
Bruno Mars could
really be Bruno Mars.
Bruno Mars couldn't. Hey, bro, Bruno Mars could low key really be the GOAT of this generation
Yeah,
with the way he's crossed
that's
over
why.
into pop music and
But that's
R&B.
why that's why I said it. I don't really think there's truthfully a wrong answer because whoever you say, there's plenty of ammunition to back it up. If someone came up here and said Bruno Mars, I wouldn't be mad at him because I understand. Because we got to think about when Bruno first started, he was mostly a feature artist. He was featured on people's shit. Then he branched out, started doing his own shit, and then he just blew up even more. And then look at what he was doing, he's doing now with with Silk Sonic and all the stuff that he's doing now. Like that, the skate song. My man made a song for the roller skaters out here that's that's out here doing it. And that song was absolutely fire.
I know you heard APT with the K-pop group.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
The vocals he laid down on that was stupid. Yeah, I damn sure know y'all know I'm gonna leave the door open. Come on,
who
man.
don't know that one?
He
said Hawaiian Bobby Brown.
Hawaiian Bobby. That
He's
man
Filipino.
made that song, Talking to the Moon. Oh my God.
That man did all kind of shit.
He's Filipino.
Like
he's Filipino.
Versace on the floor.
Puerto Rican.
Oh, bro.
Raised in Hawaii.
Yeah. And then not to mention, listen, don't
Finesse.
forget one of the most popular wedding songs out there in 24 karat. Every wedding plays that fucking song at the No, it is not the same shit. Tell a Filipino that they Hawaiian and watch them fight you.
Even though a lot of the Filipinos I've ever known been mixed with Hawaiian anyway.
Most of the ones I know are actually mixed with Spanish from Spain versus Hawaiian, but I get what you're saying.
Locked Out of Heaven.
Grenade. If I Was Your Man.
And he had a pretty good halftime show, so I'll give him that too.
His halftime show was really
pretty good. Pretty good. This nigga's halftime show was legendary. Both of them. The one he did with Copeland and the one he did by himself.
Long as you know.
Look, I'm not fighting nobody from the Pacific Islands. You can keep that.
Treasure was good. Look, Finesse was good.
Oh, Treasure is fire.
Like when he did Finesse and did the remix with Cardi B, like that was
it took over the airwaves.
Yeah, 100%.
Bruno, hey, good job to whoever brought up Bruno because none of us thought about Bruno. That's good job. Bruno has hits.
I feel like Bruno and The Weeknd definitely encapsulate 2010s R&B in my opinion.
In the Rain had everybody in their feelings, or It Will Rain. I'm sorry.
I wanna be a billionaire, so fucking bad.
With Travie McCoy. But yeah, no, for sure. The Weeknd too. Like The Weeknd.
Come on, China.
If you were
unintended,
if you were into that kind of music, like The Weeknd had a run for your ass. Like he was like the perfect
dark stripper music,
emo, neo soulish. Like he had a weird mix that just.
Hey, Justin Timberlake though, because Justin Timberlake NSYNC is the GOAT for a lot of white people, and Justin Timberlake
Justin Timberlake was always in this conversation.
Well, that's because he was in our cooking, looking at our recipes.
Well, he was invited to the cookout a long time ago. And then we got to remember, like, Suit and Tie was played for a very long time. Suit and Tie was the number one for a very long time.
Bruh, we're going to take it back to the song that we talked about earlier, which was Dead and Gone.
Dead and Gone.
He threw down vocals on Dead and Gone.
Hey,
and let's
DJ, I'm going to do you one better. Cry Me a River.
I'm going to do you one better. Ain't no other woman that can take your spot, my love. Come on now.
With T.I. That's ironic. We was talking about T.I. Look at that. But yeah, no, Cry Me a River, that was another one. Like, it's just like,
it's like I'm stuck in the mirror. Whoa, man.
I feel pop music these days don't hit like the pop music that
it's because it's not the pop music that quote unquote is classified as pop now is not pop music. It don't even have the remnants of the origins of pop music in it. It's something very different.
Yeah,
like the sound of it ain't even. It's nothing from the MTV era. Is nothing from our 2000s era at all. It's different. Like whatever it is, it's completely different. It's a very different sound.
I will say, Dua Lipa is the closest thing to like actual pop music from our era.
Yeah, Dua Lipa is definitely an MTV artist, and if you don't understand that phrasing, I'm sorry for you, but she is. She's absolutely she's an MTV artist. Like, and when we say that, we mean an artist that you would literally throw on MTV and would shine, and she absolutely would shine. And she's a really good feature artist too, because she's on a ton of features. Even the one that she did with her and the baby did one together, and that shit was fire.
I feel like Brent Faiyaz is a pretty good R&B artist, like in this generation. I give him some flowers.
Yeah,
Freddie Swims.
Yeah. Leon Bridges.
Leon Bridges.
Yeah, Leon Bridges.
Gideon will be a fantastic one with time.
Giveon, yeah.
Giveon.
He's up there already. Like, there's no doubt about that one.
No, there's no more 106 in Park, but there's 106 and Sports. Which is crazy.
Yeah, buddy. Like, I'm more upset that there's no more Chopped and Screwed, because that was like the fact that a new song, like a song would drop and we would literally wait for the Chopped and Screwed version to come out. That's a very Texas thing for those who ain't from, you know.
There's a few
Party
YouTube
Next Door
artists
is a
who
good
do that.
one. Party Next Door.
Party Next Door has some people in a chokehold too with some of their stuff.
I feel
but
like,
then don't forget now, not really necessarily for like goats, but when we talk about like pop artists, don't forget about Jason Derulo. He played a nice little role, like especially for songs that you would play at the club. Like that was where his role was.
He had a decent run.
Yeah. Well, and he also went international too, because he was a part of a song that was featured on the World Cup. So I have to say that when you're featured on a global stage like that, you have made it as an artist, because not everybody gets to be in a song that's featured on a global event like that. So like that to me is a hard, and he also crossed over with K-pop, and a lot of people don't realize that. Like when you make those types of crossovers, you've made it worldwide. So that's why that man got so much doggone money.
I knew Jason Derulo. I knew Jason Derulo crossed over when he made Talk Dirty to Me. And that shit was in all the pop
and it was
clubs.
A mainstream song. And the fact that it was like, and it had, even with 2 Chainz's verse, which they cut out most of his expletives, it was still like a phenomenal song. And you knew how you knew that song was perfect, because the Country Bars made a fucking 2-step out of it. That's how they made a whole line dance out of that damn song. That's when you know your song is hot, because if you go to the Country Bar and they play your song and they got a line dance to it, your song is hot, because that means everybody is jiving with it.
Hey, China, you're not on your own with loving Maroon 5. Everybody on this panel loves Maroon 5.
Oh, absolutely.
This ain't your typical panel at all.
I was gonna say something.
And listen, and that's another one like that. Listen, Pitbull is an artist that, like,
tell him.
That's another artist that, just like we talked about with T.I. I'm gonna use T.I.'s example. Like, from where Pitbull started to what he grew into, and now he's a worldwide star. Like, as Pitbull was a hood rapper first. We gotta remember that. That's Mr. 305. He was. Everybody remembers that. And then he became Mr. Worldwide. And he literally went through that whole transitional phase. Like, so, like, Pitbull's in this conversation. Like, if you really, like, he's dropped a lot, and he's done a lot of crossovers too. Because he was able to do a crossover that a lot of artists couldn't do, because he also crossed over into reggaeton and a bunch of other stuff too. So, like, he hit a lot of different.
Hit with Trina.
Yeah, like he had a lot of check boxes that a lot of artists couldn't do.
Chris Brown, like,
yeah.
Sean Paul too. Sean Paul crossed over with a lot of people.
Sean Paul does have a claim to maybe he might be one of the go. Maybe he might be one of the ghosts of this generation.
And Lil Jon did too, because Lil Jon, as an artist, as a writer, as a producer, as a DJ, he crossed over every fucking thing. And amateur bodybuilding, because
that's what I'm about to say. Now it's a health enthusiast.
And Lil Jon looking swole as shit for being like 50, like 53. He's in his 50s.
This is good conversation.
Yeah,
this is a real good conversation.
So, and since we're talking about DJs, just real quick, there's one person that caught me off guard that when I finally found his stuff, I was like, because people had told me about it, but then I finally seen it. Is Idris Elba. Idris Elba's a fucking DJ, and he's really fucking good. Like, I had to go find it. He also, because I heard him rap before, because he does write, like he does some rap. I heard his rap stuff, and they were like, but apparently he started off as a DJ, and I was like, huh? So I went on YouTube and just started looking. I was like, hold on, my man plays some fire ass sets. Like, I was like, hold on, Idris Elba is an actor who's also a DJ who also does. Like, I was like, hold on, that man done checked off so many boxes in his life. Yeah, he does. Which, I mean, that's where he's from. I mean, most people growing up didn't even know Idris Elba wasn't American. They had no idea, like, at all. There's quite a few artists, like actors that we have that are not American, but they have American accents for the fact of, them acting.
Y'all had to be in Atlanta 2000 to 2000. No, I didn't have to be in Atlanta. I was in
in-
Texas, and I already know.
And not to mention, if you was in Houston from 2002 to 2009, we had a time too. Shit, like we had a whole thing going on down here.
I love. See when people say you had to be in Atlanta, no, you had to be in the South because Louisiana Cash, Walk with a Dip, Doro, yeah, buddy, rolling like a big shot, Chevy
Ice cream
tuned up.
paint job. Look,
Flex.
the original. Look, you had the original Dougie,
right? The original, the Flex. You had Daddy Stroke. You had Duda Ricky Bobby, like, bro.
You had everything that Boosie and Webby dropped.
Wipe me down, give me that.
Like the South just had the whole world on a rap
out there
hip
with
hop
my people. With my people was something really, really big too. Set It Off by Boosie. Yep. Like
that's a timeless song.
It is the South. And then you still have people like that was more mainstream, like Nelly and Luda dropping hits. It was a South thing. And David Banner had beats going stupid.
You still had Wayne. You had the early stages of Jeezy. You had early T.I. You had everything that Jermaine Dupri was doing. Hey,
y'all not gonna discredit Bow Wow no more.
Yeah,
because Bow Wow was signed to JD.
Like we was just talking about hip hop. The hip hop and the R&B in that whole era in the South was insane.
Oh, Trick Daddy's a good one. Trick Daddy's a good. Y'all remember the Stepdaddy? I don't remember his name. I think it's Stepdaddy.
That song.
Itsy spider went up the water's mouth. Shut up.
Yeah, that song was. You ain't my daddy. Shut up. I remember when that song first came out. Then he had to do the Stepdaddy. Do the
Lil Flip, Big Mo, Kiki, Pimp C, Bumby, just all of UGK. Period.
Look, Micah, 2004, 2005. We had one of the best Houston artist crossover mixtape. We had Lil Flip and Zero rapping on a Mortal Kombat beat. That's how old we are.
Oh yeah,
listen, the day hell broke loose when Still Tipping first came out. Like we can keep going. Like y'all knew Paul Wall from a mainstream perspective, and we had him from an underground perspective. We had Mike Jones from an underground perspective. We had Lil Kiki. We had all these cats underground before y'all even heard about them.
That's a good point. China with 3 6 Mafia, MJG and 8 Ball is another. Yeah, bro. Cam, what up?
Like we always it's funny when people always talk about like the East Coast West Coast thing, and I'm like, y'all just forgot the South was here. Like y'all just forgot. Like
what Andre say? The South got some. Oh, she said LL Cool J is underrated. Underrated by who? LL Cool J is my goat.
we already had this conversation.
It's 40 years now, and he's still putting out music that still is relevant.
The fact that him and M dropped Murdergram and it was absolutely murder was phenomenal. Like no. Like there's no underrated here at all. Actually, we talked about him in depth as being one of the best crossover like artists and talents of all time, making that crossover from like hip hop to like movies to TV shows. Like he's one of the best that's ever done that because he did it very well. Like he's not the only one, but he's one of the best ones that did it so well. Really, between like him, Will Smith, Ice-T, Jamie Foxx.
Oh, Jamie's an artist that people. Oh my God!
Enough. Hey, listen, we talking about music now. But this is our bag. Music is. Hey,
matter of fact, I just want to reiterate, Jamie's from the South too. So
he's from Terrell, Texas. Actually,
not only that, while we're talking about people from the South, T-Pain is from the South too. So Jamie and T-Pain,
T-Pain's from Tallahassee.
Jamie and T-Pain have one of the best songs ever dropped. It was #1 for weeks. Blame it on the goose. Got you feeling loose. Yeah. They forget Ice-T. Bro, people forget LL Cool J was a rapper all the time.
Honestly, he not underrated by white folks because they all loved. There was a lot of songs that came out that they was all over. Like when Headsprung came out, that shit was played everywhere. And that was one of his newer tracks that came out.
No one can rhyme quite like I can. I take a muscle bomb, man, and put his head in the sand. But y'all don't know. Y'all just talking about LA. Y'all don't know.
Yeah, no, people do forget that Ice-T actually like
colors. We rep the colors. I'm a DJ.
Ice-T was Ice-T
and Plies is from the South too, so I don't want to look over Plies.
Ice-T was a controversial rapper because he kind of laid a little bit of a blueprint before like gangster rap really, really, really took over. Like he was doing some shit that was kind of right before all that shit really took off.
They call me Big L. Ooh, Big Telly. Yeah, I love that song, man. He went crazy.
That was
on
like
hoe.
and that was during his Renaissance era. Like he was able to just drop stuff. Like, and Busta too. Busta's another timeless one because he had dropped stuff
But
all
Busta's
the
a
way
timeless
through.
artist, but he's from New York. That's why I don't count him for the South. He's from New York. But yeah.
Well, I don't know where the other two went, but wherever they at. But we're gonna do this closing thoughts thing because we closing in on too long.
I'm here, bro. I'm just like, look, I gotta wake up in like about 5-6 hours.
Yeah, me too.
You and me both. Well, you and us twice. Yeah. Banned with body count. Yeah. But Outlaw, you can get it started with your closing thoughts. So.
Closing thoughts. So as y'all see with my tagline, before you buy, this might piss some people off, but I hope it wakes some people up. Yeah, fuck it. I'm pissing people off with my closing thoughts. Before you go out there and buy a bunch of goddamn Christmas gifts for your significant other, just think about this. Some of y'all may love your significant other, but your significant other just loves the fact that you love them. You're not really a fucking person. You're just a fucking funk. You're a warm body that gives them attention and feeds their ego. So before you go out there and spend your last on some fucking Christmas gifts, think about how much your partner actually fucking loves you, if they love you at all.
Talk about leaving people on a cliffhanger with some thoughts. That's
I'm just saying, know your place in your relationship. I hope y'all have a wonderful holiday season.
Oh, DJ Michael B, what you got?
Yeah. All right. I'll see y'all next week, dog. I have nothing to say after that.
All right, well, let me put a bow on all the above. So there's a couple of topics we did not get to tonight that we will get into because one of them definitely deserves we got to come up with another like intro video segment because this individual is not a millionaire, but she dumb as hell. And so, needs to be discussed and we'll figure that out when we get to it. And then there was another one that had some opinions that Outlaw was ready to act a fool on, but we'll save that ammunition as we prepare and get ready for the holiday season. Make sure, and I'm just going to put this out there just as a kind of like a public service announcement, basically. Check on your loved ones. Send out text messages, make some phone calls, hear their voice, whatever it is you got to do. But just reach out to your loved ones, reach out to your circle, if you will, the people that you're closest with. If you have a circle, if you don't have a circle, I hope you get one. It's just important to have a support group. Is the way I'm going to say it. And I bring this up because earlier today, I told you guys I was in San Antonio. I was teaching a class and I brought that up in my class and it sparked because of the conversation I had revolving around men's mental health. And it started really just like having a group or a support system of some sort that can help you understand when you are falling by the wayside. And it's because they understand you by the way that you look, the way that your mannerisms are, the way that you talk, whatever the case might be. And they're able to see it before you might even see it. And they're able to help reel you back in. Everybody needs people like that in their life. So find those people, cherish those people, check on those people, thank those people, and make sure you tell those people that you love them as well.
Dropping some bars, some no leads. Okay.
I couldn't let you be the only one dropping these phenomenal soliloquies. I had to.
I mean, that was we're gonna leave on a little bit of levity. I feel like we both kind of brought the mood down a little bit.
No, I don't think so at all. We went all time high and just leveled it out.
We landed the plane.
I don't think that's bringing the mood down. I think that's just a constant reminder of you check on your strong friends. Check on your strong friends for sure.
Your strong ones need it more than people realize. The strong ones always are usually hurting the most.
I can actually add to that. As y'all know, I have therapy. I was in a therapy session today, and my therapist said you need to write down, kind of like your emergency plan for your mental health. Everybody has an emergency plan for like natural disasters and shit. And if you don't, you're not adulting correctly. But you need to have an emergency plan for your mental health. Because if you ever know, like, if you feel yourself spiraling or if you've had depressive episodes before, you should kind of know your triggers. You should know what kind of takes you out of those dark places. And you should share that plan with the closest people around you so that they can see, like, hey, Josh is slipping. I got Josh's, like, you know, emergency mental health plan. What does this nigga need to be better? You know, do shit like that. Like, it shouldn't be embarrassing to share that shit with your loved ones.
Yes. There's some preaching going on. We love it.
A little bit of no leash.
You know, we can go so many directions on this show, but that's the perfect way to. Yep. And
oh, you petty. No. I'm not gonna let you get away with that. You are petty.
So she's right. I always phrase it a little bit different, and I just say, just remember, the burning bridges cannot be crossed.
Bruh, if you know, she said what she said because there was a meaning behind it.
Oh, I know. I'm
trying to always.
I'm just not acknowledging the you acknowledge the petty. I'm gonna let the petty do what it does, because there was a petty moment in sports that happened between, you know, Sean Payton and Russell Wilson. So it's right along these lines of that level of petty. Now, I don't think somebody gonna jump on X all of a sudden and drop a tweet all of a sudden, because that wouldn't be smart. But
Chris Brown did, but that's as far as I'm going.
You know who I'm talking about. Don't play. But as per usual, ladies and gentlemen, we love y'all. We appreciate y'all, and we are
motivation in you and inspire the world to do what you can. If you love it, then fuck it, get through it. Yeah. Mumble mentality activated. I waited for so long. Get burdens, I'm outweighted. When you see me in my zone.